What? Just read that headline. Just read the headline.
Bryan Cranston is turning down work because he has white blindness. Now, from what I understand, white blindness, is that like white guilt? Is that like.
Yeah, but before we even get into it, I just want to say we're gonna start a segment every time. Eventually, I'm gonna have like a song that plays before we get into it. But this is gonna be the segment of white people say or do the darndest things. And right now, he's.
Doing the darndest thing
I
by
mean,
turning down roles?
but I just want to say something. You always gotta be careful what you read because who the hell is giant freaking robot,
That doesn't sound like a legitimate news story, my
right?
friend.
And this is culture, their culture section. I don't know how this is culture. Some white idiot saying I'm gonna turn down jobs because I might steal it from a black person or a person of color or a minority.
I don't know,
But
like, you know,
but
it's hard to believe.
I don't think an old white guy is gonna steal jobs away from minorities. I just don't see how that.
Well, I could see the situation popping up where it could be, you know, you could be going between, let's just say, a Bryan Cranston and then maybe like, you know, like a Larry Fishburne, and they're both up for the same role, you know, and they could both potentially like have the same kind of like character, you know, that they could portray on the screen.
He
So
he he can't play Morpheus. I'm sorry.
no, I don't think you could play Morpheus. But let's just say a high school principal. You could say Bryan Cranston could be high school principal, and Larry Fishburne could be high school principal. Like,
Yes, but that's not. But that's not like I wouldn't consider that stealing a role from a minority because it's not really. It could.
It's
It's
not
a
stealing
role
unless you
that can.
stole it. If it's given to you, it's
Well,
given
that's
to
another
you.
thing. That's a whole different ball game. That's yes.
Right. But how could it be his fault who he's casted as? Like, we already know that Hollywood would whitewash things. That's a fact. Like, they would just, like, there's no necessary reason.
Do they
like,
though?
Well, okay, well, like, number one, there were plenty of options back in the 1950s, but they still had Mickey Rooney playing an Asian character. That was like a complete caricature. Like, it was legit. It was a Asian man face. Like, if there was a black face, like, there was total Asian man face. And back then, there was, you know, like a pool of actors, and Asian Americans in California was full of Asian American actors that were never used and things like that. So, and this was exactly. So you might as well have drawn a caricature, you know. And the thing is, it happens now too. Like, for example, like, okay, there's things that I feel are BS too. There's that comedian, the actress comedian she ended up walking away from her role as a cartoon character voiceover of a half black, half Jewish girl on a cartoon. I don't know if you remember, this just happened recently, and she recused herself from the role because herself as a Jewish American actress couldn't see herself continuing playing a half black, half Jewish girl on a cartoon. Like, nobody sees you now. So it's sort of like the Cleveland Brown situations where anybody can be doing the voice, really, you know. But because of the optics,
I mean, hold on. I think this Mickey Rooney thing kind of looks pretty legit to me. I mean, look. He played it pretty well.
Well, I mean, like, whether or not he was convincing, you know what I mean, is you know, yet to be seen. I mean, I don't know. I'm not
No,
really
it's only
into
this
old
picture
movies.
though. It's only this
I'm
picture.
never really convinced with like old movies anyway. Like,
No,
when
no,
I
no.
look
I'm
back at the
joking.
last
It's
time,
not. It's completely wrong they did that. This shit is fucking. It makes no sense.
No, but I had to actually look. I had to actually you know, sort of take a closer look to see if I mean, but you know, I mean, I knew it was Mickey Rooney when I saw him.